James Wan is an Australian director with a great background of films like Saw, Insidious, and his new movie hitting cinemas now is The Conjuring.
Plus another movie he's directing is coming out later on this year, Insidious 2, which he also did the first one, of course. You know, The Conjuring is doing so well, it's making a lot of money. There's already speculation of a Conjuring 2 script circulating around.
Well, that'll be exciting.
So I guess that'd be alright if it was true.
Yeah, it sounds really good. But this movie was written by the twins Chad and Kerry Hayes, who haven't really written for James Wan before.
Nope.
They have written the remake for House of Wax.
Yeah.
So that was the one with, what was it, Paris Hilton?
Paris Hilton, yeah.
Something like that.
Something stupid.
Yeah, but his go-to guy for writing has always been Lee Whannell.
Yeah, fellow Australian.
Yeah, he's also Australian, and he also wrote the films Insidious and Saw, and he's been James Wan's friend, you know, ever since.
Absolutely, James Wan has always tried to be outdo his last film, you know.
Yeah,
everyone has been good. You know, I also think fucking Death Sentence with the bacon is freaking awesome. Not gonna lie. But, yeah.
Yeah, so, is The Conjuring a good horror movie for the ages, or does it try too hard? You'll find out on this bone-chilling episode of The Pop Cult.
Okay then, so what did you think of the film?
I thought the atmosphere for this film was spot on.
Yeah.
I think that this is, like, because Insidious was probably my favorite horror movie for a long time. You know, like, so I mean, like, when you showed me it, it was fucking scary. It was.
I reckon everyone's first time viewing of Insidious is just like Darth Maul face.
Oh man,
I think that part, like the Darth Maul face, that gets everyone every time.
Oh, I mean, like, even though it was the second time, I still got scared from it.
Oh yeah, I'm like,
yeah, every time it's just,
I know what's gonna happen, but like, you know, just I forgot what the face looks like. You know?
Yeah, so I mean, like, there was a reviewer I saw on YouTube, and I did kind of agree with some of his stuff, because in The Conjuring, it is a horror movie based on suspense and not on gore.
Also true events.
Yeah, well, true events. I don't know how true some of that stuff is.
True, but
I mean, like,
the film is about the Warrens.
Yes.
Ed and Lorraine Warren, the very famous paranormal investigators. You know, they were famous for the Amityville Horror House.
Yes.
That was that. But like this film, it's not focusing very much so on the Amityville Horror. It's focusing on this case of this house in, like, I don't know, New England or something. And apparently this investigation was the one that stuck with them the most, apparently.
Yeah,
so that's why this is what intrigued James Wan the most. He's like, oh, like, you know, I could do it Amityville Horror, but then it would just kind of be like a remake or something.
Yeah.
So, but he found out, because he, like, talked to him in real life. He found out, like, oh yeah, this investigation was the one that stuck with us the most out of any other investigation we did, so.
Yeah, no, because, I mean, I love James Wan's films.
Yeah.
The only problem is that it, when we started watching it, the atmosphere was so good. There were bits where it was like a huge build-off and then it didn't pay off, but they were supposed to trick you and, like, thinking.
I had a lot of trick scares. You know?
Yeah.
It's like one of those things, you know, like the thing's gonna pop out or something like that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, and then a second later it does, but in a different form somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, it had a lot of trick scares in it. I know he was trying to break the whole cliche of, you know, jump scares.
Yeah.
Trying to mix them up.
He's trying so hard to do that.
But I think he did succeed for the most part, I reckon, because he is a horror director.
Yes.
That's his, you know, forte, and I think I left this film almost thinking that this could have been this generation's The Exorcist.
Yeah, yeah.
It was that good of a exorcism film that, you know, like, you know, besides all those, like, you know,
The Last
Exorcism, Emily
Exorcist
Rose,
2, yeah.
The Last Exorcism 2,
Yes.
What's the last one then, is it?
Yeah,
but yeah, this is a good exorcism film.
No, it's very good. I really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
The problem is, most of the scares had been spoiled for me.
Yeah, through the trailer.
Trailers and promotional videos.
I just might stop watching trailers.
Yeah, no, I think I'm probably just gonna, well, for horror movies at least.
No, well, you don't get many of them, man.
Well, yeah, if I don't get it, but
yeah,
you know, I was just so, I was like, come on, man, like, yeah. I only get this one thing, and I wanted to get scared from it, and the promotional like trailers for it just nearly spoiled the entire thing.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll still fucking scream in some of those movies because there were still bits where I was like,
yeah,
fuck, I'm so scared right now.
Also, like, the cinematography in this film is fucking amazing.
I love the shots there.
Also, yeah, like, the cinematography, like, I think this is his best shot film to date. You know what I mean?
Well,
a lot of good camera tricks. If you picked them up, I don't know, you might have, because you were too scared or something, you know.
Oh, I mean, like, there was some bits where I was just like,
like, there's this one shot how Lorraine Warren is falling down this inside of a wall. I was like, oh fuck, how did I shoot that scene?
Yeah, no,
you realize that one? Yeah, she's like,
yeah, no.
I finished. She's like, ah!
Yeah, no, I thought that was. I just think
there's also like a really good panning shot at the start of the film too. Show how it goes throughout the entire house.
Oh, I think.
And also, there's also this one minor character. There's like a panning shot with him. He's setting up all these like lights and like ghost cameras and stuff. That was a really cool sequence.
Yeah, no, I like that. Like, I love like the type of montage that they do, because you know, like with montages, you kind of like, it's like, okay, just like we get it, you're mixing it up, but you feel for these characters even though they haven't really put too much characterization, because you're scared of the thing that's there and you're like fighting for not just like if you were in that situation, but for the other people who are in that situation. And it was just so freaky to see stuff like that. And there were also like bits where I was just like, oh man, no, I like, please, no, I don't want to.
Yeah.
You know, the tension for this movie is just so high.
Yeah.
And I have to award James Wan for that.
Yeah. I think he is definitely one of the best horror directors out nowadays anyways.
Yes.
There's not many. You like Roth, but he hasn't done something.
Yeah, I mean, in quite a while, yeah.
But yeah, what would you give this film?
Alright, so even though I had like a little bit of spoiled scares for me,
I just want to interrupt. I don't think you should. That should affect your.
No, but I was about to say I still had a great time with this movie. In the end, like the ending part, I thought kind of went a little out of its roots, like with the whole exorcism. I liked the exorcism bit in Insidious, even though it was a little bit like, but I mean, I think it was a little lightly. It was a little too light. Like the lighting was, it was a little bright. And I thought, like, because, like, the thing with the Insidious...
Even though it was in, like, a basement.
Even though it was in a basement, and there was only one light.
There was one light, and it was at night.
And it was at night, so I was like, But even though it was still, like, kind of bright, but, I mean, after that
it was the 1970s, no global warming affected the world.
So, I mean, like, apart from that, I mean, like, I had a great time with this film. I mean, like, any person who wants to like have fun in the cinema, this is definitely a movie you need to go and see.
It's definitely one of the biggest horror films of this year.
I think I'll probably give this probably 8.5 stars.
8.5 stars out of 10.
Yeah,
nice. Yeah, like I went into this film very optimistic because, like, you know, I like James Wan films.
Yes.
I like horror films, especially like exorcism movies. And the thing is, when I went into this film, I didn't think it was going to be an exorcism film.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be like a ghost, like haunted house film.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, like when I was watching it, this is an exorcism film. Like the family's possessed, not the house.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wow, you know, I haven't seen a good exorcism film since The Exorcist.
And I like it how they explain
the
exorcisms.
Yeah.
They explain the exorcisms, and I'm like,
that was good. Like, because you know, the Warrens are the like. I also like how the Warrens were like, you know, it's usually like a crackety pipe.
Yeah, and it's like,
stuff.
It's like
9 times out of 10, you're crazy.
Yeah, it's like, no, don't call us crackpots because, you know, we actually know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, I mean, I like it how they put that in.
Yeah, but like, I really enjoyed this film. I know how you felt on like the third act of the film.
Yeah.
I can see how you would like gather that vibe from it, but I really like, I was like, this is an exorcism film I was waiting for.
Yes.
And the surprise of how it was an exorcism film really pushed it in for a higher score for me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
No problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so we both like this movie, and if it's still in cinemas, definitely go and try and see it, because...
Definitely see it on a bigger screen in the dark.
In the dark, definitely. You have to watch any James Wan movie in the dark. It just makes it that much better. The chills that you experience in this movie is brilliant, especially the Annabelle doll.
Especially, like, not from, this is not part of the movie, but especially if it's like, that they've got the freaking AC in the cinema cranking, and it's really cold, and you'd be like,
yeah,
I'm really cold and I'm really freaking scared.
Yeah, because they also have have one of those, just like, oh, spirits are also like whenever it's cold, you know, it's always
kind
the
of
sign
funny.
where spirits are.
At that part in the movie, it's the guy's like, oh, it's just an open draft.
Yeah, it's like, oh, so it's just an open draft, and then the other guy's giving him shit all the time. It's like, have you seen an open draft to that? And it was like, God damn it, man.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Definitely go check this out.
Definitely go see it. If you liked this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah. And maybe even check out some of our other videos. Yeah,
and also leave a comment, like, what did you think of this film? Did you think it was as scary as Insidious, or, you know, more scary than Insidious? Let us know.
But in the meantime, keep up to date with us, and join the cult.
Pop out.